everybody. My name is Rune Aldred, and I'd like to welcome you to the Nerdgasmic Goodfellas presents The Drinking Corner. We're on episode 14 now, which is the Summer Games Festival Part 2.
Or is it 12 or is it 12 and a half because it's technically just a continuation of the previous one?
We'll just go episode 14. But I'm here with my good friend and confidant, Mr. BossFoss. How you doing, buddy?
Dude, I'm exhausted. I was helping a friend move today, so my arms are jelly right now.
Anything else going on interestingly in your life?
Is anything else going on and interesting in my life? Nope, not really.
Oh, okay.
It's the summer.
This is the part where you ask me how I'm doing.
I was about to, but you kept like I was getting the feeling like you're nudging towards something. So hang on. Tim, what's going on in your life?
Oh, nothing much. It's just hot as fuck. I just bought a $300 AC unit that I haven't put in to my house in the last 2 days. So I can't really complain that it's hot if I'm not taking the steps to do it. But the only window I have that's big enough for the AC unit is where the swamp cooler is at. So I need at least 4 people or 2 really strong people to help me move the swamp cooler out of the window without breaking the whole half of my trailer. So there's that. Huh? Work's been a drag because of the heat. Everything's been a drag because of the heat. But I'm really excited to talk about our topic that we have for this week's podcast. And I know the people that are listening to us can't visually see this, but the people that are watching the vidcast can see the image that I'm gonna throw up right now of Xbox's jersey that they sent me in preparation for the Summer Game Festival that had my gamer tag and everything on there. So thank you, Microsoft, for sending me that very wonderful gift. And I was very excited to watch the Microsoft showcase.
Yeah, I know. I happened to be with you when the jersey came in. It was a shock, and I'm sad I didn't get one as well. But I'm happy for you, man.
I was so happy. I creamed my pants a little bit, but that's for another.
And you lost your sponsorship.
That's another tale for another day. Since we're already on the topic of the Microsoft Showcase, for those of who don't know, today's podcast is going to be oriented and continuing our discussion from 2 episodes ago, where we're talking about what we would like to see be announced during the Summer's Game Festival. We're going to be talking about the things we did get to see. What was that?
Entire camera just shifted.
Did it?
Yep.
You
hit your desk and your entire camera went.
Oh.
So we see more of the AC unit behind you. For those of you watching.
You see my only fan?
No, you have a swamp cooler too.
Yeah, but that's a swamp cooler. This is a fan. That's my only fan.
Don't you also have a fan underneath your desk?
No, that's a heater.
Okay. Only fan, only heater, only swamp cooler. Got it.
And then in the hallway is the only AC unit that I just quit trying to drag through the hallway because it's heavy as fuck. But let's go ahead and jump into today's discussion with something that you were happy was announced and got to see.
All right, so I'm probably no surprise as I'm a major Xbox fan. I did start off with the PlayStation up to the PlayStation 2, and then I moved to Xbox. So let's start off with Xbox just kept announcing things. Like the PlayStation one was like 10-15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
It was rather short.
It was really short. I was taking notes, and I have 3.
But they did announce like the one thing I was most excited for.
Yeah, they had 10, maybe 12 games announced. And I sent the picture to Tim of the list that I had written down of everything that was announced in the showcase, which I'm going to be pulling up on my computer now. So I apologize for my face suddenly becoming white for those of you watching. Well, okay. Something that I was really excited about was Persona coming to Xbox. Probably not a shock that I'm a major Persona fan, at least for Persona 5. So hearing it that it's not only coming to Xbox, but I don't have to rebuy it because it's coming to the Game Pass was a very nice surprise.
I am very, very happy we don't have to buy Persona 5 for a third time.
Yes.
Well, you didn't
Well,
buy it.
it's
It would be
Persona
your
5 Royal.
second. It would be your second time, my third time. Because I
No,
bought the original version.
I bought the original.
Did you buy the original? I thought you only bought the Royal version.
No, I bought the original as well. So I have it's my third time buying Persona 5 Royal as well. But that's a separate topic. But yeah, I bought the original. I bought Royal, pre-ordered it and picked it up at my GameStop as we were shutting down for COVID. And then I won't have to buy it again.
But apart from Persona 5 being announced to coming to Xbox, we're also getting Persona 3 Portable?
Yeah, 3 Portable, which I think 3 Portable was on the PSP.
I don't know. I just hope it's the actual Persona 3. I haven't looked too much into that. But we're also getting Persona 4.
Yeah, Persona 4 Golden.
So which means we got 3, 4, and 5, and I own 1. So the only Persona game that I would not have played at that point is 2.
Yeah, still haven't played 2, but you know.
Which I think 2 got remastered for Switch, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's the actual game because Persona is a spinoff.
Yeah, the Persona is a spinoff of
Shinji Mikami something
like that. We greatly apologize to everybody
for the butchering of that.
But yeah,
I just know it's on Switch. The actual game that Persona is a spinoff of is on Switch now.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
What are you slightly counting?
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. There was 32 things announced in the original showcase with an additional 5 things talked about in the extended showcase.
For Microsoft?
For Xbox and Bethesda.
All right. Anything else that you're excited that got announced outside of Persona?
I mean, a lot of things. I was sitting on the couch with Katie, with her family's rough internet. But I mean, a lot of the things that are popping up, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I get to see some more stuff about that. Obviously, you're aware that I'm a big fan of the racing games. Forza Motorsports, it was nice to be able to see that they are working on the next one. I'm intrigued about the fact that it's just called Forza Motorsport. Like it's just back to the solo name. There's no number. I'm going to jump over a couple of things. The DLC for Forza Horizon 5, it's going to be Hot Wheels, which they talked about in the extended showcase of it's going to be located in the skies of Mexico. So like we're going up into the clouds and then that's where the entire map is.
Might be enough to draw me back to Forza Horizon.
Yeah. There was a lot of indie titles that were talked about that were interesting. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. It's a 2D, or not 2D, but it's a side scroller with like 3D dimensions. That was fairly interesting. I'd like to find out some more information about that. I've been doing everything I can to not get super hyped up about Starfield.
Should we show the trailer for Starfield?
Yeah, we can.
All right. So unfortunately for our podcast listeners, we're going to cut a little bit into time while we show our vidcast watchers the trailer for Starfield. So during this intermission, should we watch Starfield's trailer or
which one?
Okay, you watch one, I'll watch one.
There is there was gameplay trailers that they were talking about. So we can see the official teaser trailer that was last year. But they had a gameplay trailer that was 15 minutes long. So we can just not cut to it and just have this awkward moment of us deciding that we're not going to show the trailer because it's 15 minutes long.
All right.
But yeah, so they had gameplay for Starfield, and it was kind of hard not to get a little bit hyped up about it.
It looked interesting from what the bits and pieces that I saw of it, because I'm trying to remember the Starfield trailer, and it's like I remember it, but it also reminded me much of the Outer Worlds in the way it looked. And
yeah,
it's
so
like
it's
in my brain right now, I'm seeing Palamani, but in the Starfield background.
Yeah.
But it looked good. And then from what we've discussed about it, with the one of the things we're both kind of mutually kind of sad about is the fact that you can't just up and get out of a planet, land into another one like No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Well, that was something that Todd Howard talked about after the showcase, which is not something I have written down. But they were talking about, they had talked about doing that, but they thought that there wouldn't be enough fanfare about it. And then Fallout 5 was briefly talked about. Like, yes, the next Fallout game, Fallout 5, will go into production after the next Elder Scrolls comes out.
Which I wish there was a little bit more on the next Elder Scrolls. I mean, I'm happy we did get something Elder Scrolls related with High Isle coming to ESO, and then I think it was called High Isles.
Yes, High Isle. Check
But
the picture I sent you.
That requires me to grab my phone.
While you're doing that, I'm going to finish up the things out I was happy about hearing about.
All right, we'll keep this one-sided then.
Well, no. We'll get to you. You will have your time. Let me talk. You asked me what I was excited about. Slime Rancher 2. I was really sad in the initial showcase that they did not talk about Slime Rancher 2. And then the extended showcase, we were getting near the end, and me and Katie had to go to lunch with my grandmother. And so Katie is very excited about Slime Rancher 2. And I said, hey, you know what, Katie? I don't think they're going to do it. Just go take your shower, and we'll go to lunch. And just as I had sent her to go take her shower is when Slime Rancher 2 popped up. And I'm like, Katie, get back in here. They're literally showing Slime Rancher 2 right now. I'm sad we didn't get more information, but we did see some gameplay, which was very nice.
I have still yet to play Slime Rancher.
It's a very fun game. And then lastly, Stalker 2. They ended the extended showcase showing a developer background. Basically, for those of you who are not aware, I don't know how you wouldn't be aware, but for those of you not aware, Stalker 2 is developed by a team out of Kiev, Ukraine, and they are not in their office anymore. Their office, from what they're aware of and the pictures they've seen, is gone. They do have members working on the game from a safe location, while they also have members who are currently actively fighting the invasion. And then we did get a trailer for Stalker 2. This one I did not get to see, but I did hear as we were driving to lunch. But Katie said that it was very dark, so I probably would not have seen much anyway. Now, Tim, my brother, doesn't have to be Xbox showcase related. It just, of all the games that were announced, what excited you?
So I'll start from what most excited me to just low levels of excitement. So obviously, as you know, the biggest thing I was excited to see was the Resident Evil 4 remake
Mhm.
and to actually have a trailer and everything for it. And
And a
I was
release
just
date.
and a release date. And I mean, Leon looks very good.
I mean, he already did
The
though.
the village looked beautiful. Going through the trailer and not being able to get a full look at Luis, a like solid look on Sadler, but being able to see like the president's daughter, Ashley.
Mhm.
There was a quick bit of Ada and then just a few other shots. It looked beautiful.
Mhm.
It looks very, very beautiful. The atmosphere looks very dark and creepy, which is something that's going to draw me in a bit. As a lot of people know, Resident Evil 4 is the pretty much the first Resident Evil experience that I got to play.
Right.
And that's why it's like one of my favorite games. And to see that it's getting the treatment that 2, 3, and I guess Resident Evil 1 got as well, of having the story semi retold with better graphics and more added to it is very interesting. I agree with a lot of the fan base that if the merchant is not in this game, like it's gonna suck. I
Mhm.
won't do anything because I support Capcom and the creators 100%, and I trust that they'll make a wonderful game. Why do you keep blinking with one eye? It's bugging the fuck out of me.
I'm blinking. I am blinking with both my eyes. I'm sorry. And my glasses are probably covering my eyelid for the other
I'm
side.
like sitting there looking at you, and all I see is one eye going. There you go. Lean forward, lean into me. But I'm really excited to see where it goes because I pre-ordered Resident Evil 3's like collector's edition, and a little red book came with it that detailed about the Las Plagas virus being in Nemesis. So I'm excited to see the games be connected. I really hope that they connect Duke to the merchant or just involve Duke in it in some way and connect 4 and Village together. That'd be pretty cool. Another thing I was excited that was brought up in the Capcom showcase, what Capcom and the Sony State of Play, was Resident Evil 8 Villages DLC, the Winter's expansion,
Mhm.
which shows Eisenberg and Lady Dimitrescu. Dimitrescu? Is that how you say it?
Well, let's go with that for right now. Yes.
Coming, and Chris Redfield coming as mercenary playable characters. We're finally getting a story DLC called Shadows of Rose, which takes place 16 years after the end of the game, and you play as Rose, and she is in the Megalosamite. Forget what everything's called, but pretty much she is in. Yeah, what? Yeah.
Let's do. I'm sorry for interrupting. Let's do a very quick. It is late at night. We have both had a very long day. So we apologize if names are something hard that we come up with, or if we struggle with something. Also,
I
a lot
struggle
of
with
these names
everything.
are really, really complicated.
Really,
Thank
really.
you. Continue.
But the DLC story for it looks really good. And what was the other thing that was announced? Oh yeah, third person view.
Yes.
We actually get a third person view of Ethan, and we get to go through Village like that, which is going to be really fun. I still don't look forward to the House of Benevito and that, but I'm definitely going to do a playthrough in third person and experience that. And I do hope they bring in other expansions because I feel like just those 3 things aren't enough. And I am a little sad that we have to pay for it separately, even though I paid for the deluxe edition that should just come with it.
Right.
Or I could just rebuy the entire game for the gold edition.
Eh.
I was really excited to hear Persona going to the Xbox Game Pass. That was another really nice thing to hear. It makes me curious what other Atlas games will be coming, or the fact that everything seems to point at Atlas now releasing for both generations, whether they do the same thing that Ghostwire Tokyo did, where it released for PlayStation a year before it released for Xbox.
I'm I'm sorry to jump in.
Okay.
I am very much hoping that Atlas is going to release on both consoles simultaneously, hopefully.
I would really like to get Catherine full body on Xbox just to boost my gamer score.
Always about that gamer score.
Always about that gamer score. We already talked about ESO, which was another thing I was excited for.
We sort of talked about it.
The next thing I'm really excited for was the Kojima production Xbox partnership.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Kojima, and the fact that he's going to be partnering with Xbox for something that we've never seen brought to the console before is exciting.
Yeah, it's a brand new IP. So it's good. It's very intriguing.
And the fact that Norman Reedus spoiled the fact that they are working on a Death Stranding 2 also makes me pretty excited. I like Death Stranding. Let's see, what else do we got here that I was excited about? Fallout 76, The Pit, going back to Pittsburgh from Fallout 3. That's exciting. I'm really happy to play that with Matt and get to explore that. A new game I knew nothing about that just watching the trailer really got me interested. And by the way, I'll play the trailers for these as I'm talking for the people watching in vidcast, was A Plague's Tale Requiem.
Okay.
I'd never seen the Plague's Tale games before. And then as I was like watching the trailer for that, I was like, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I remember this is the third one, right?
I don't know. I know we own one of them. We own one of them on Xbox.
Yeah, I think it came with Game Pass.
Yeah.
Everything's on Game Pass, dude.
That Game Pass is like one of the best deals.
It was probably the best purchase I ever made, and Katie supports it, so I'm not going to argue.
It's the best purchase I ever made too.
Okay, no, there's only two. There's a Plague Tale Innocence, and then a Plague Tale Requiem.
Okay, so it is the second one, but it looks good. And yeah, we do own a Plague Tale Innocence. I'm looking at it right now. We got it because of Game Pass. Gotta love that Game Pass. Some other things that I was excited for. You already mentioned Stalker. Unfortunately, I'm not excited for Slime Rancher because I've never played it. The Diablo 4 Necromancer trailer was really cool. Did you hear that?
Yes. Oh, yes, I did.
I was hoping that didn't get picked up. Sorry, I tweeted.
Actually, you could just cut that out.
I'm gonna leave it in there. It was a nice little break.
Okay.
So I thought this game was already announced a few years ago, but Scorn. I could have swore Scorn was announced a few years ago because it's the game where you go through hell, ain't it?
Biopunk survival horror adventure game. It was a Kickstarter and was supposed to release last year.
Because I could have swore I saw Mark play it. Mark or PewDiePie play it.
No. I think I know the one that you're talking about, and I think that was something else.
They had like a maze and everything, and you're like in hell, and you had to climb through the 7 layers of hell.
No, I think that was a different game. We'll look into that, people. Please do not light us up in the comments.
The next biggest thing I was excited for was the Callisto Protocol.
Callisto? Is it Callisto?
I forget how it's pronounced. They pronounce it in the trailer, like right at the start, which I'm showcasing right now. But, you know, from the original creators of Dead Space, it looks and feels just like Dead Space, but with enough differences to still draw me in and want to play it and experience the story.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in real quick. When that trailer first popped up, I'm sorry. When the trailer first popped up, I thought it was going to be Dead Space.
I thought it was the Dead Space remaster as well.
But I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I know I played Dead Space at least a little bit, and what they're showing does not line up with what I know of Dead Space. So I was like, all right, this remake is like really like just out there. But I'm not mad. I didn't know that they had another game coming out or another IP.
Well, the creators of Dead Space aren't doing the remake. It's a whole other team that's doing the remake.
Okay.
Because even in the like developer streams and stuff, they like give a lot of thanks to the original creators, and the original creator has given his praise and like acknowledgement to the team that's doing the remake.
Mm-hmm.
Which both games look stunningly beautiful. I'm excited for both games to release. I'm happy that the Callisto Protocol will come out first, and then I think it's like 2 months later Dead Space does.
I actually didn't see
I'm trying
Dead
to
Space being
remember
talked about.
it's in the it was talked about in the Game Pass when Microsoft was saying all the things that are coming to Game Pass. They had a picture of it in there. I'm excited for Exo Primal
Oh shit.
from the Capcom showcase as well.
My apologies for swearing. January 27th.
For which one? Callisto or
Dead Space.
Dead Space?
Callisto's December 2nd and Dead Space is January 27th.
So it looks like December and January are going to be a high time for horror Let's Plays. And speaking of horror Let's Plays, to conclude out my excitement, I just found out that System Shock is getting either a reboot or remaster. And I just saw the trailer for that, which looks really, really cool for people who are fans of the original System Shock, which I think BioShock was originally being made as another System Shock, but turned into its own game. Because that's how I got introduced into System Shock.
Bio, system, one and the same.
And then what was it called? Once Human.
I think that's what you said, yeah.
It looks like another really good game, which is an open world survivor horror where you have to like kind of gather resources and build on the fly. From the trailer, it looked like you're able to build bases and stuff like that, motorcycle around, and then you had to fight giant monstrosities. One of which was a giant spider, which I don't look forward to. But yeah, I'd say like one of the things that were most interesting were definitely the games we talked about with the Microsoft showcase, seeing everything that's coming to Game Pass within the next 2 years was the like window that they gave.
Yeah, so
there's a lot coming to Game Pass.
Well, it was everything that was announced is when it was coming out, and then a lot of it was this is coming to Game Pass. Starfield is on Game Pass. Redfall, I think, is on Game Pass as well, right?
Yeah,
I'm currently trying to pull it up.
The people who made Dishonored vampire game, right? That looked really good. Arcane Studios. Redfall looked really good too. Thank you for reminding me about that. Which looked like a Back for Blood style vampire fighting game with like heavy Dishonored vibes.
Yes. I'm going to pull this up on my computer. So for those of you watching, my face is going to light up and I am sorry.
Weird thing to apologize for, but okay. You over some pathetic fuck. No, I'm kidding. Oh, and Fall Guys coming to Xbox is the best thing ever because we've been enjoying the hell out of that.
I was not expecting that, and I'm very much excited about that. Okay, so one thing. Actually, no, I'll hold off on that one.
I'm looking at the video I sent the group chat of everything coming out. Oh, shit. Nope, shut up, me. But looking at it, we got everything coming in 2022. There's right. The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle, Forza Horizon Hot Wheels, Sea of Thieves Season 7, Somerville, A Plague's Tale Requiem, Valheim, The Warhammer, Grounded, Fallout 76 is The Pit. I'm trying to read what I can through the blurriness of my cell phone.
Right. I have it up on my computer if you want me to read it.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Are you wanting me to just talk about the ones on Game Pass or the ones that were on the list that come into Xbox?
Just do the ones coming to Game Pass.
Okay. High on Life.
Oh, which was another game that looks so freaking good. I keep forgetting to put that on my list to talk about.
Atomic Heart.
Oh, okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I cut you off there.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. High on Life. I never
It's
really
made
got
by
into
the people who do Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
And if you're a Rick
and
and Morty fan, you're gonna freaking love the game.
Yeah. Atomic Heart, which that's been coming for a while, but that's coming to Game Pass. Gunfire Reborn, Persona 5 Royal, Scorn, Pentiment, I think I'm saying that right. Halo Infinite Season 3.
We still haven't even played any of season 2.
No, we played the first day. Microsoft Flight Simulator 40th Anniversary Edition. Party Animals. Slime Rancher 2 is slated to come out this year. We just don't have a release date. Hello Neighbor 2. And then here's something that I did not know was coming to Xbox because I did not see it. The Callisto Protocol is actually coming to Xbox. I thought it was a Sony exclusive.
No.
Jumping over to 2023, Redfall, Starfield, Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, Ara History Untold, Wulong Fallen Dynasty. I'm going to start going faster now. Stalker 2, Flintlock.
Flintlock looked really good if it's the game I'm thinking of, which I think it is.
It probably is.
What's that fucking game? I have it installed on my Xbox. Give me a second.
Can I continue?
That medieval style game. Yeah, you can continue. Okay. You can fucking continue. Keep going. Jesus. Sorry to interrupt you.
And some of these might just be Game Pass on the PC. It's not specifying which one. And I apologize if I butchered the name of this one. I think it's Euden, Euyuden, Chronicle 100 Heroes, League of Legends Wild Rift, Valorant, Team Fight Tactics, Legends of Runeterra, Arc 2, Persona 3 Portable. Please don't kill me. Persona 4 Royal, a game called Replaced, which I think I heard something about, but I don't remember anything. Earband's Shadow Legacy, Ravenlock, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, and Cocoon. These are all titles releasing in the next 12 months. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. All titles releasing in the next 12 months.
Awesome. It's nice to know that we have like a year to wait for all these. Some honorable mentionable things. I want to say I'm really excited for Marvel's Avengers, the Mighty Thor DLC that we're getting, where we get Jane Foster. That comes out on the 27th
of June or July?
Of June. It comes out in 2 days from recording.
For those of you unaware, we are currently recording this on the 25th.
Yeah. I'm looking at Halo Infinite right now. I wanted to see how long we have left in season 2. Because
I want to say it was August.
Oh god, they're already talking about Intel drop number 2. We are so far behind on this.
Yeah. But that's a topic for a different day.
Yeah.
Real quick, because I did not talk about it because I had forgotten about it because I was focusing only on Xbox. Stray for PlayStation.
Stray looks really good, and I'm excited to see more about it.
I really wish that it was coming to Xbox as well. Oh, something that was talked about that's coming to PC. So, I remember that during this entire event, I had shared a picture to our group chat that somebody had posted of all the Sony's exclusive games, like 5, 6 Sony exclusive games, and then a couple of them had X's through them. It was like, all right,
Oh
another one
yeah.
down.
Oh my
'Cause they
god,
talk.
there's another game I needed to talk about, and I forgot about it until you mentioned this very fucking thing. How did I forget?
You want to talk about it?
Everybody needs to spit roast me.
You want to
Don't look that up.
talk about it? Go for it.
So, with HBO coming out with the Last of Us TV series, which we also got to look at the Sony showcase, and I got to say, Pedro Pascal as Joel, chef's kiss. But we also got to look at built from the ground up, coming to both PS5 and PC, is The Last of Us Part 1.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if they're going to add extra content into it or if it's going to be the same story, just rebuilt from the ground up, not using any of the original assets, just everything redone. Either which way, I'm excited for it, and you know your boy's going to play it because I love The Last of Us. But another thing that Neil Druckmann announced is that they're not going to be doing The Last of Us Part 2's multiplayer because it's became such a big project. They're going to be releasing a multiplayer Last of Us game. And judging from the photos that were released with it, looks like it takes place in San Francisco.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for that. I hope it'll come out on PC because admittedly, I play more multiplayer games on PC than I do PlayStation. I don't ever play my PlayStation games multiplayer. So I'm really looking forward to doing it on PC if it comes to that. But Last of Us Part 2, I am so and utterly excited for, and I am disappointed in myself for not remembering that sooner. And then the HBO Max TV show actually having Troy Baker and I can't remember the girl that voices Ellie, but they're coming into the show as actual characters, not just cameos.
That's good.
So it's going to be weird seeing Troy Baker interact with Joel, knowing that he is the voice of Joel. It's going to be cool, and I'm really excited for it. It's one of the few shows that was announced during the showcase that I'm excited for. The other one being the Resident Evil show coming to Netflix.
Right.
And the fact that Welcome to Raccoon City's director has announced that they're also looking into doing a sequel that's more likely going to adapt Code Veronica.
So I found the post that I was talking about, and the games that they had on the list were Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, and Spider-Man. And the picture originally had Days Gone, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn crossed out, and then Spider-Man crossed out as Sony exclusive games because Spider-Man was announced that it's coming to PC.
Yeah.
And I remember when that first picture, because I did the 4 down, 2 more to go joke in the group chat. When talking to you, I was saying, yeah, dude, Persona 5, I would love Persona 5 to come to another console. And then, of course, that gets struck down. And then Last of Us was talked about the fact of it's going to be coming to PC.
I love how we're talking about this, and I just got a tweet from Marvel's Avengers.
Nice.
But speaking of Spider-Man coming to PC, there's one more game I'm really excited for that me and John were actually talking about today, and that is Marvel's The Midnight Suns. Spider-Man is coming back to Xbox, baby.
Oh, yes, he is.
We're getting Spider-Man for Marvel's Midnight Suns for us Xbox players. We no longer have to buy 2 copies of a video game just to play a Spider-Man in one. Looking at you, Avengers. I love the game. Super upset that I have to fucking switch to PlayStation just to play as the webhead. But Midnight Suns is looking really good. I guess if you pre-order the game, you get Defender Strange.
Okay.
So that's a good pre-order bonus for those of whom who want to play as Doctor Strange. But I'm thinking that's pretty much all we could come up with off the top of our heads.
So I got a question for you, if you
Yeah.
don't mind me directing this.
No, I love questions. Let's keep the conversation rolling.
What was an announcement that disappointed you?
I
have one off the top of my head.
I did not particularly care for the Riot Games announcement.
Okay.
For it all coming to Game Pass. I personally don't play like League of Legends or any of those other games that are Riot Games, Valorant, all that. So it wasn't something that heavily impacted me. I know the only game that I played like that was announced is Overwatch, which is coming out on my birthday. So I obviously have to get Overwatch 2 to play it on my birthday. And it's coming out for free for those of whom who are Overwatch fans. Overwatch 2 is going to be free.
Yes. Okay, well then that kind of takes the, I did not know it was going to be free. Because you do have to pre-order it.
The multiplayer is free, which leads me to think that Overwatch 2 will actually have a story.
So from my understanding, because the thing that disappointed me was Overwatch 2. I'm happy that Overwatch is getting announced. Personally, I don't play Overwatch.
I'm not hugely into it, but me and Brian,
what I was told is when Overwatch 2 is releasing, the original Overwatch is no longer playable. They are immediately shutting down everything for the original Overwatch.
I understand that. Like, I could get that.
I get it, but I don't like it.
But I think that's also why Overwatch 2 is free. At least the multiplayer is free.
Are they going to be carrying everybody's progression over?
They've already announced that everything that you have unlocked in Overwatch 1, you will have in Overwatch 2.
Okay. Let me take a quick look at my list. I mean, they were announcing a lot of stuff throughout the entire thing.
What is something you wish got announced?
That it got announced or got talked about?
Both.
Oh my God, Tim! I just remembered. Okay, we talked about it.
This is why we draw out conversations.
Literally, before we started the stream, we talked about it. I think it was the PC showcase, and Coffee Stain Studios is talking about it, and it's like,
oh my God, this is something
that has been coming for a long time, and they are parodied the Dead Island 2 trailer for Goat Simulator 3, which I thought was hilarious. I loved it. So obviously Goat Simulator 3 is something that I'm very much looking forward to. I'm curious what happened to Goat Simulator 2.
Me too, because I did not know
there was not one. There was never one.
There was never one.
No, it went 1 to 3. Dead Island 2. I wish we heard some information about Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
I know it's dead. It's out there somewhere. It's got to be. Somebody has the rights to it. It's never going to happen, but I would love to see a new Mercenaries game. I loved the original Mercenaries. I loved Mercenaries 2 for the 360. The not 360 version, I think there was a PS2 version of Mercenaries 2 that came out, something like that.
Sounds
but
accurate.
it was a very much dumbed down version of Mercenaries 2, and I did not like that. But I loved the Mercenaries 2. Oh God, what was something else that I wanted announced or talked about? I mean, they did eventually talk about Fallout 5, at least acknowledge that
people are wanting it.
People are wanting it, and it will be going into development. They have plans to, which, I mean, we could speculate all the hell where they're going to go. The future of Grand Theft Auto. you know what? I wish Rockstar spoke up, Take-Two spoke up, was like, this is the future of Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Should have
And
slow Grand Theft Auto and maybe stuff they could have brought to Red Dead.
and like show us, hey, we did not forget about Red Dead Redemption 2's online. Here is things that we are doing for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, because I could honestly say that I'm a little disappointed with Rockstar's care and love for Red Dead Redemption Online.
It came out, everybody was super excited for it, and then they just were like, you know what? No, this is the vibe we got, and obviously the hashtags are out there for the save RDO. It just felt like, hey, you know what? Red Dead Redemption Online is not going to bring in the money that Grand Theft Online does, so let's not put in the effort for it. What about you, Tim? I could go on tangents, but what is something that you wish had
to
been
connect
announced?
us back to part 1 of the podcast? I was sad that there wasn't anything announced during the Xbox Bethesda showcase for another Doom DLC or Wolfenstein game.
Yes, I remember this.
I was really hoping to get another Wolfenstein announcement because as of right now, I'm really loving playing through Wolfenstein New Colossus and to be jumping into Youngbloods here soon. As well as Bethesda, I was kind of sad to not hear about Evil Within. I was hoping.
Sorry.
You son of a bitch.
And for those of you listening, I'm very sorry for yawning and potentially causing you to yawn.
You mean watching because they couldn't hear you yawn?
Oh no, they heard us yawn.
Oh, they probably heard me yawn. I didn't hear you. I just saw you like this, and my brain was like, he's yawning. Oh no, he's yawning.
Yawn. All right. Anyway.
But I was sad to not see anything for Evil Within 3. I was happy that Shinji Mikami is bringing Ghostwire Tokyo to Xbox.
What was that noise?
Where?
On your side, something came through your your microphone with extra sensitive, and I was hearing what sounded like a fan for a minute there.
Maybe you picked up my swamp cooler.
Maybe. Anyway, sorry. I keep interrupting you, and I'm so sorry, sir.
Damn right, you better call me sir, boy. I was really hoping to see something for Wolf Among Us too. I was really hoping. Telltale did put out a post talking to its fans, and they gave out some free wallpapers for Wolf Among Us too. But other than that, nothing was really talked about for it. Street Fighter 6 looked really good. I'm just now remembering that there's going to be an open world Street Fighter. And it looks like you create your own character and you get to interact with the characters from that world. So that looks pretty cool. I'm really sad we didn't get anything again, we did get the name of the new Dragon Age game coming out, which is Dreadwolf.
Yes.
And then we also got a look at the Dragon Age Netflix series coming through the Netflix showcase. So those were two cool things that got announced that I'm remembering. As I'm thinking of things that I'm sad that didn't get announced.
Right.
Another Infamous game. I wish another Infamous was announced for the Sony showcase. Other than that, there's not much else I could think of. And you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all yawned too.
I mean, okay, so there are games out there that I know both me and you have not touched on just now.
Yeah.
That we would love to hear more information about. Mass Effect.
Another Dragon Age. I've been active in the Dragon Age forum, and everybody was kind of sad that there wasn't a trilogy announcement for Dragon Age.
Hey, Gears of War.
Oh,
you didn't talk about it. That was
Oh
another
yeah,
thing that I
that was
know.
the biggest thing I was excited for in the first episode was the rumors coming true about a fucking Gears of War collection, and it was never even talked about or confirmed or anything.
I mean, the coalition didn't have any say in the showcase
They
this
didn't.
time. Now, that being well, I mean, they literally showed the big name titles that are coming in the next 12 months. It doesn't mean that it's not going to come up in July of 2023.
Red Dead Online has not had a new pass since the last Halloween event. It has been almost a full year since Red Dead Online has seen anything new. Because I'm in Red Dead right now and I'm looking at the last thing that they brought out. And it was the Wheeler and Ross and Co. company Halloween Pass 2.
They have put out an update. There was an update 3 months ago in March.
Did it bring any new content or was it just the quality of life?
Changes. There's some clothes. I'm checking right now. March 17th, 2022, Red Dead Redemption 2 fans insulted over new Red Dead Online update. May 21st, there was an update. Go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to read this real quick.
I already spaced out on what I was trying to say because I'm just disappointed. I'm filled with disappointed at Red Dead Online.
Oh, take two. So this podcast might change its direction now into hating on
yeah. Take Two.
Take Two saw the tweet, the hashtag save Red Dead Online, and they acknowledged it by saying that's Rockstar's deal. Don't be tweeting us. You want to save it? Talk to Rockstar. It's Rockstar's game.
Such
like
a good
as the parent company, if people are reaching out to you and going, hey, we want this to be saved. This is something that is wanted. Don't you think that you should probably pressure or talk to the company, be like, hey, yo, people are wanting this. What's going on? Why are we not hearing anything else? That being said, I do remember that Red Dead Redemption 3 was confirmed to be in development already.
I feel like that's way too soon.
It is way too soon.
Don't get me wrong. I was so happy when they brought in Red Dead Redemption 2 because the first game was
phenomenal.
It was phenomenal, but wonderful. It was very outdated.
Sure.
I still feel like we need at least GTA 5 to 6 time in between for Red Dead Redemption 1 to 2. Or else we're just not going to get that
for
good.
For those of you listening,
game.
I threw up my hands in frustration.
It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
It is. It's sad to see a huge game that so many people love get treated horribly. And then like John and I were talking about this earlier, and Marvel's Avengers is a game that gets shit on by people. He went to GameStop to trade in his PlayStation version of the game, and they only wanted to give him like $1.25 for it. And when he asked why so low when they sell the game for like 15 to 20 bucks, he was like, dude, it's the Avengers. It's not a good game. Which the Avengers is phenomenal for anybody who hasn't played it. The game is great.
Right. I'm listening.
And the company listens to its player base and does changes and tweaks the game to like make their fan base happy and want to continue to play the game. Because that's what they're doing right now with the shipments. People were complaining that it took too long to get the shipment because you have to buy 100 of them to confirm get the special outfit that's available through that. So right now they have Iron Man 3's outfit in the shipments container, and they're like, you know what? Missions are going to grant you more credits, and we're going to cut the cost of every shipment from 100 to a 50. So that way it's easier for you to obtain the outfit you want in the shipments.
Do you want to just turn this into a second podcast right now? Do a mid cut and be like, yo, this is the 15th episode now, and we're going to talk about games that everybody shits on or people are shitting on that need some love.
I think this would be a very good raw thoughts topic to do another episode, because this episode's coming in between your episode.
Yes.
Which will be episode 16.
I was the last winner. This is not my topic. This was something that me and Ruin had already discussed.
This is the equivalence to a raw thoughts.
We were hoping for more people to join in, but
Brian can't because he's stuck in his room and he doesn't want to wake his wife and child. John didn't get off work till 11, and Matt's indisposed and Saint's at work.
Yes. Anyway.
So you get the most good-looking hosts.
You get
the best of us.
You get the co-leaders of the Nerdgasmic Goodfellas.
You get the best of us.
Was there anything else? I mean, there was a lot that was talked about. A lot was announced.
I need to start playing some Avengers. I got only 4 days left to claim the Iron Man 3 outfit.
Let me see. I did start talking about the fact I was excited for Stray, which I have the release date for Stray, which is July 19th. We did talk about Resident Evil 4, which is coming out March 24th of 2023.
We have essentially talked based on everything.
Final Fantasy 16, which has a release date apparently of September 2023. That was interesting. Each Nights from the PlayStation State of Play, I thought was interesting. It was just something that piqued me. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And yeah, I think that was the last of my raw thoughts for the week. I'm putting in quotations, week of gaming.
Which essentially
summer of gaming, which is still being announced.
Yeah, there's still stuff being announced now. I don't think we'll do a part 3 to this, but just through general discussions and things that you see us do, we'll probably be talking more about it with friends. Because again, I didn't know System Shock was announced, and apparently that was announced 3 days ago or 3 weeks ago.
Assassin's Creed is celebrating their 15th year anniversary
with the possibility and rumor of a remaster of the first game, which I think would be good, because something I don't like about Assassin's Creed is they completely discredit the first game. In the story moving forward, they acknowledge the first game happens, but Uplay, I think that's what it's still called, Uplay, Ubisoft's like thing.
Are you talking about the service that you pay for and you can play the game like over 100 games?
No, Uplay is like when you play the game and you launch the Uplay store, and you could get like bonus outfits and stuff from the games.
Right. Okay. I don't remember what it's called. Load up a Ubisoft game while we're talking.
It's Uplay. I already looked.
Perfect. Never mind then.
So the Uplay store refuses to acknowledge the first Assassin's Creed. You only get from 2 or Ezio Collection on. Which I guess it's true. Uplay wasn't a thing when the first Assassin's Creed was made, and there's that contribution to it all.
Mm-hmm.
But in a lot of ways, the first game is just very narrowly glanced at. Whereas like a lot of people accept Ezio as the real beginning of the franchise.
I feel like Ezio
is definitely important.
Ezio is where a lot of people were like, okay, you know what? Assassin's Creed was decent, but Assassin's Creed 2, it just brought in a lot more features, and this is the best one. Ezio is the best assassin. And then it's just like, all right, well, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed was oh god, what was the spinoff one?
So it went Assassin's Creed 1, 2,
Liberation.
Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, Liberation, Black Flag, Freedom Cry,
Rogue.
Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, and then there's Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. Then there's the 3 spin-off ones that are China, India, Russia. And then there's other spin-off ones for like the 3DS that was Bloodlines, which took place after 1. And then there's another one that takes place with Ezio, where you play as his father before the events of the game.
Right.
Many
I
Assassin's
apologize for anybody who starts yawning because Tim's about to vocally yawn by accident. Called it. Okay. Wrapping up the summer of gaming here. Is there any other games that you can think of that we did not touch base on?
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, so we talked about the ones that really excited us. We talked about the ones that did not, that were like, okay, you know what? No, it's not really our thing. I personally only really watched 2 of the what was it, 5 or 6 streams. I watched the PlayStation one, I watched the Xbox one, I watched parts of the Capcom one only for Resident Evil.
I watched the Capcom one because I was really intrigued in the Resident Evil, and then I knew they were going to do a Monster Hunter announcement, which they did. I wasn't expecting the Street Fighter, and I was really intrigued by that, but I was also wanting to see John, when we did the first episode, he wanted to see something Mega Man introduced. And unfortunately it wasn't. I was hoping maybe we'd get like a Dino Crisis or some type of remaster through Capcom for one of their old but forgotten games.
Netflix was part of the Summer of Gaming,
in which they announced Resident Evil, the Dragon Age TV show.
Oh yeah, the TV
There's
show.
I don't know if they talked about at the event, but they're doing a BioShock TV show as well. That will be live action.
I think there was a PC showcase.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Again, it's been like a good 2 weeks since the main showcase.
For those of you wondering, well, why didn't you guys do the podcast immediately? We've been busy.
Then we did Brian's podcast, which you unrighteously won.
Yeah, I'm not exactly happy about it, but me and you had the exact same idea, so I'm not too upset about that.
Do you know the topic that we'll be talking about for, or are you just gonna have general? Like, do you?
Well, do you think once the recording stops, we'll probably discuss it with you to figure out what we're gonna do.
All right. Well, another yawning bit.
Well, everybody, I'm going to sign off real quick, and then I'll let Rune finish out the rest. Thank you so much for joining us. We know that there's probably not a ton of you currently listening, but each and every one of you has a special place in our hearts for taking the time to actually listen to us. For those of you who are listening, Rune is currently doing a beating heart emote with his hands. I'm not going to even describe that part, but we, from the bottom of our hearts, we're really thankful for you guys for doing this for us. For those of you who are watching the vidcast, please get in the comments. We're more than happy to respond back. You'll see comments from Rune. You'll see comments from me. Any of the other people that you want like a burning question. Oh, what does Beyond John think about this game? We will get in contact with him and have him answer the question. We are more than happy to communicate with you guys.
We'll strive to do a lot better to answer the comments, because I know I went onto the channel or like a few days ago and saw a comment that was like 3 days old, but it was really weird. I think it was a spam comment, because it's like some of the stuff I get on my own channel that feels a little spammy, but I still replied back to it. But we'll do a lot better to try to all keep an eye on that. I know right now with r/Rune Eldred for my actual Reddit page, there is a side page that is created as of right now for the drinking corner. It's r/the drinking corner, spelled exactly as it is in the wallpaper behind me, or as it is on any of the podcast listening devices that you're watching on. We're going to do a lot better to try to expand out and reach a better community and be more open with our fans in communication. And we're going to try to do better with scheduling and actually having the time and availability to get these done, whether or not it's their actual eventful somebody's hosting and we're competing to be the next host, or if it's going to be raw thoughts where it's like me and David just get together and we talk about what's on our mind, or we talk about something like we already have a new raw thoughts ideas about games that get shit on too much.
Yeah.
That don't rightfully deserve it, like Marvel's Avengers. But we do, as BossFoss said, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's always nice when I'm checking the algorithms, when I'm posting a new podcast, to see that people are listening, people are viewing these, and it's nice to see that outreach. You could support us in other methods. I leave a link down below for people who are watching the vidcast, and in a lot of ways, there's links in the description of the podcast that you guys can find us through Spotify, iTunes, Google Music, all that, where you could support our individual journeys. I leave a link to Beyond John's Twitch channel. There's a link to all of my stuff down there, whether it's my Instagram, Snapchat, my own YouTube channel. Everything's down there for you guys to find and see. The in-screen annotations on videos will take you to playlists. It will take you to my YouTube channel. So there's always more content out there that you guys could dive into.
And
if stuff interests you.
Speaking of that, I am going to be putting in more of an effort to make sure that my Twitch channel is actually active again. And if you can't catch me on Twitch, I will be posting the live streams unedited, because I don't have the editing software on this computer anymore because my laptop is failing. I'm going to be posting the live streams to my YouTube channel, which if not in this description, they will be in the future Drinking Corner descriptions.
I think this is a good time to make one of my announcements too.
And there you go.
So a little sidebar, we're gonna segue over here real quick. So I am going to be going back to live streaming, hopefully, if the plan works itself out now, because I'm not looking to be getting the place in Chico anymore. Maybe, I don't know. But if I do end up staying in Chico the 3 days a week I have school, I will be live streaming on Twitch those 3 days. If that doesn't work out, then I am working actively to get Starlink where I live, so that way I can start bringing live streams in. Because it is one of my goals to go back to Twitch. I loved doing Twitch when I first started, and I look forward to jumping back into it and re-experiencing the events that made me fall in love with doing what I'm doing. Another thing is J-Dog will also be starting his own YouTube channel relatively soon. We do not have a time frame on it, but if you guys like J-Dog, he'll be making content. We are actively filming Let's Plays to put out on the group channel. As of right now, we have 4 episodes of Back for Blood. We're trying to finish the first act. It's a bitch. It is hard.
It's scheduling for the most part that is stopping
The
us, though.
complication.
Yes.
BossFoss and I need to work more on doing some State of Decay stuff.
Yes.
J-Dog and I are working to bring the Dark Pictures anthology, The Quarry, and other horror games to the channel. And Beyond John and I, and I'm going to be talking it over with other people, but we're going to be bringing in other games. So that way it's more of a group effort, but it won't be just me posting these. You'll be seeing Beyond John's live streams coming up on here as we upload them to this, because Beyond John doesn't have a YouTube channel. So for instance, we already have a very amazing Fall Guys live stream for you guys. And we got other stuff to bring in.
And
ESO.
Speaking of the Fall Guys, if you guys actually want to hear my fiance like realize that I'm not making her up, she really does exist. She is actually on the live stream
playing with us
Fall Guys with us. She took the controller from me because she wanted to play, and I threw the headset onto her head.
Just violently chucked it.
Where the headset?
Fine.
You're playing. Talk to them.
I'll do lot. No.
We are going to try and get a headset for her Switch, and she could be, depending on her schedule, joining us
in future live streams,
playing alongside of us, with us as well. So we'll see. We'll see about that.
I know with Beyond John, he's going to be bringing Dead Space for those of whom who are interested in seeing the Dead Space remaster. He will be live streaming the OG Dead Spaces to bring to the channel. I will be joining him for Dead Space 3 on this channel. I am going to be trying to get BossFoss to join me for my personal Let's Play of it, though. But we have stuff in process. We're working on things. I am currently time consumed with making a skit before Beyond John moves to Kentucky. So we thank you guys so much for listening and or watching. We hope you enjoyed this. We hope the information we dumped here at the ending was worthwhile for all y'all.
We apologize for the dump as well.
I am working on Fiverr to try to bring a more professional art style to this channel, as well as an outro music. It's a little pricey, and I'm jumping from artist to artist, trying to find something that's worthwhile because I want to do a more professional version. So I hope you guys check out our social links. I hope you guys and gals are excited for the next episode in which the BossFoss will host. We're not going to spoil any of the fun on what the topic will be or what's going to go on. But
just in case, the next episode, if our scheduling continues to have an issue, and I was going to discuss this with Rune, our next one will probably just end up being the Raw Thoughts if we cannot get the rest of the guys to join in.
We need at least 2.
Yeah, as much as the event would be fun with just me and you, we need an additional person. So you guys will be getting more consistent content of the Drinking Corner.
We're looking to do filming every Thursday is what I'm trying to push.
Sorry, go ahead and finish out your outro and then we'll talk.
Later, bitches.
See you guys.